Hello everyone, it's Deb from Artzology, and wow, it's been a couple of months since I had someone ask me. I'm just going to bring it up on screen here. Someone had asked me to show how to cut these files on a silhouette, and that was in reference to Crafty Hodges' class that she was teaching. That was a couple of months ago. So today I'm going to show you what I did. And first of all, I'm going to open Silhouette Studio. And this is mine. I have up here, as you follow my mouse, you'll see that I have the Designer Edition. You don't need that. You can still trace. So I'm going to go File Open. And I'm going to the drive. How to cut files in the PNG. So I'm going to follow your bliss. And I can't tell which one it is right at the moment. These are the collage sheets. So we're going to look at them. And it doesn't matter which one I take. So if I take collage sheet 1, open that in Silhouette Studio, it fits perfectly in there. So what I'm going to do, and this is what you'll do when you trace, I need to trace this, because if I send this now, like I'm going to go up here to send, nothing is red. Nothing's going to cut. So I've got to come back here and try to make these things cut. And this is what I did first when I tried to use these. So I went over here to open the trace panel, and then I select trace area. Now we have to select the trace area. So I'm coming in here, and I'm going to just try and get what I want. There's some things in here I don't want, but like I don't need the bird there, because that's not really part of the deal. So I've selected what I want, and I want to take my threshold and move it all the way up, or maybe not all the way, but as I move it up, I'm trying to just get a trace. So I'm going to say trace. Okay? Now I'm going to zoom in for you to see. Now you can see that, like right here, that's a shadow. All of these PNGs have shadows. So, and I can't get a proper trace. This is not what I call proper. See, it's going to cut pieces out of her eyes. It's going to cut little holes in her chin. Every little red thing. I'm going to say send. And I can't make it bigger at this time, but as you see, we're going to have a cut here. It's not cutting separately the hand. It's actually attached to this border. So, this does not work. So, from here, I'm not saving this. I'll just minimize my window, and we're going to Photoshop. Now, if you have Photoshop elements, great. If you don't, I don't know what else to tell you. This is what I use. So, how to cut files in... I'm going to go to Follow Your Bliss. And I'm not going to use the files that they had here, the collage sheets. I'm going to the PNG files. Here's some accessories. Let's have a look at that. Extra large. So you're getting all the pieces, see? They're all separate. So I'm just going to minimize this because I've got to set up my page in Photoshop. and it can't be bigger than 8.5 by 11, right? So I'm going to go File, New, and 8.5 by 11 I have there, so, and 300 dpi resolution I'm going to create. All right, so now we have a regular standard size that will work in our Silhouette Studio. So I'm going to my files, and I'm just going to click on that, drag it out, and leave it back there. And then I'm going to bring it in onto my page. Okay? Now, you have to take into consideration the registration marks that are required in Silhouette Studio. I am bringing it down a fair bit and leaving quite an edge. Okay? I'm going to click out of that. I've got that one. We're just going to do like one little page here so you can get an idea of what I did. I don't know if this is exactly what I did, but I'm just sort of placing them right now. I might change them after. I don't know. Let's do this heart. I'm going to get, I should have said, turn them off for while I'm doing this, but sorry guys. Okay, that'll fit there. Let's see. I don't know if we want another star. I'm going to pick this. I always put it in behind because then it's right there, and I just bring it over. Now, that's pretty long. So that's going to create a problem for me because I know. So I'm just going to take the first 1, 2, and 3 level. I'm going to highlight them all, and I'm just going to kind of move them a wee bit. Then I'm going to get this again, and I don't, seriously, I don't know if I can get that in there. I really don't. I'm not sure. Maybe if I push it up a bit. Okay, let's just do it this way. You'll see the struggles I have using Photoshop and going into a different software. It's not hard to put them in here. It's going to be hard to cut them. I found these to be tough, so I'm going to put them in here. In actuality, I know there's 2, but you don't need them both. You could actually just duplicate this now. So let me come out of here. I right click on that and I say duplicate layer. Okay? Now we got 2. Rather than, I know, I could actually print this whole page twice from Silhouette and then cut it again. You know what? I'm just going to do that. I just want to fill the page up if I can. I don't know what I have missed here. We didn't get this. So we'll put that in there. So let's just say this is all I'm doing on this one page. I'm going to go to my first layer, which is that, and you can see it selected here. I'm going to get bigger, just so that you can actually see what I'm doing. You can see that as I click the layers, they get selected. See the box around them? Okay, layer 1, I'm going to right click and no, not yet. Double click. Left, double click. We're going to add a stroke, and I'm going to add the stroke on the center, and I'm not sure how big I actually want it. See, it will cut that black. So, and I don't know if we want too much black. I think I left them at about 4. I don't want it on the center, I want it on the outside. So my stroke is on the outside of that, and it's at 4. And I'm going to say okay to that. Let's zoom in and have a look. See, that to me looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. So that black line is what Silhouette Studio is going to pick up when we go to trace. So I'm just going to right click in that. See this first layer we added a stroke to? I'm going to right click, copy layer style, because that's basically what we did. We added a layer style. And I'm going to highlight all the rest and go paste layer style. Now all of them have it. And you can see, see that's quite jaggy. I'm not sure how that's going to work. But I wanted you to see the struggles I went through to do this. So let's make this small again. And I'm going to save this file. Save as. Not there. I want to go to how to cut files in the Silhouette, and I'm going to do it outside here. So this is, I'm going to say page 1. Page 1. It'll save the Photoshop. It'll save all my layers. But when I save it as a JPEG, file, save as JPEG, page 1 JPEG, okay? We're going to save that. Now I'm just going to minimize this for now. Anyway, now we're going to Silhouette Studio. I'm going to File, Open. Back here, I'm going to my page 1 JPEG and open it. Sorry, you guys, I got a tickle in my throat. So, it's huge, right? Absolutely huge. So, now I've got to make it smaller because it's got to fit on my page on the Silhouette. So, I'm using my Shift key. Sorry. I'm just going to make it smaller so that it fits on this page so that we can get a reasonable size. I don't want to resize these. So that's pretty close, I think. What does it say? It's 8. Well, let's do it. It should be 8.50, and I'm up at the top here, and I'm changing this to 11. And I didn't. 8.50 by 11, and then I'm going to lock it. Okay. Do you see what I did here? There's the width, the height, and a lock. So I've locked it. Now I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to. There's this open the trace panel, which I did. I want to select the trace area. So this is the area that we really want to trace. I'm going to bring this up until I can get the outside pretty good. I think, I don't know, just right up here, I think is funky. So you have to kind of, this is a play around kind of game. Okay, that looks good to me. So I'm going to say trace. So let's zoom in and see what our trace looks like now. This is not good in here. Look. This is not working. Look at all that. If I went to send to cut, all of this would cut. All of these holes, all of this would cut. So, undo. I'm trying to go back. Undo, zoom in. Undo, edit. Undo, edit. Undo, edit. So, we're at this point, but I want to undo again. Undo, edit. So, we have to select the trace area again. And if I select it again, I don't rightly know. I want to zoom in at this point. See, unfortunately, they have black in there. That's why we usually like to bring it up. But the more we bring it up, oh, I see. It's 100% now. Everything is filled, but okay, let's zoom out. Let's just say trace. I want to zoom in now. Okay, we're good. See? But as you can see, look at these jaggy edges. See? And that's what I was talking about in my video before, which I will link in the iCard above. This is all jaggy. But if this is the best I can get, rather than fussy cutting, I'll take it. Okay? I mean, yeah, that's just how it is for me, because that's what I would prefer to do. So if we send this, you can see where it's going to cut. All these red lines are going to cut. So I'm okay with that. But before you do that, let's go back here. You got to set your page up. Now you need the registration marks to print it before you cut it. So I'm going here. It's off. I need the Cameo on. Now you see, I just made this. If it had been, this line would have been above here, it wouldn't have cut. This is a problem. You see this? It's this line. It won't print this part outside this red line. So I'm going to advanced options. The right inset I'm going to make larger. There we go. I've just brought, did you see what I did? I brought it to the left to make it bigger. Everything else looks good. And at this point, I would send it to my Silhouette. But I'm on my laptop in my living room, so I'm not even connected to my Silhouette. But this is how I cut PNG files using Silhouette Studio and Photoshop. I have to use Photoshop because I've got to get the stroke on there somehow for Silhouette to be able to read this. And they're going, like I said, they're going to be fuzzy, but for me that's better than fussy cutting. I hope this video was helpful to you. Please give me a thumbs up and a like and share if you like. I would really appreciate it. Bye for now, everyone. Take care.